Welcome to Conspiracy Theories Forecaster.
This is a growing and serious public health hazard that should be acknowledged and addressed by both the medical community and technology industry. It's been shown that the light from TV and computer screens affects melatonin production and melanopsin stimulation, and throws off our circadian rhythms. This interrupts or prevents deep, restorative sleep, causing an increase in stress and depressive symptoms. What does that mean in the long term? Many of the generation's young minds are still developing. Scientists at the National Institute of Mental Health say the human brain continues to mature until age 25. Although research in brain development among millennials is still new, some medical experts say the brains of people in this generation are physically developing differently because of their almost constant interaction with technology. These changes could have an impact on millennials' communication skills. The long-term effects of heavy technology use are unknown, but millennials are already showing signs of digital wear and tear. Health problems such as neck and back pain, nearsightedness, and difficulty with offline relationships are increasingly common in this generation. Technology use can affect the parts of the brain that control the core of a person's personality, from how they work in a team down to hand gestures and expressions. Excessive use of technology, according to leading scientific publications, atrophies the frontal lobe, breaking down ties between different parts of the brain. Too much technology use also shrinks the outermost part of the brain, making it more difficult to process information. This will affect the way people interact. The prefrontal cortex, which resides in the frontal lobe, controls personality, cognition, and social behavior. The cerebellum coordinates and regulates muscular activity, including those linked to language. The parietal lobe deals with interpreting language in words. You might see changes in your ability to regulate emotions, your ability to remember certain events, your ability to pay attention to different things. These things all together will certainly affect how you communicate with people. Now, one of the biggest ever investigations into the hazards of computers in the workplace has concluded that they can also damage mental health. In a 3-year survey of 25,000 workers, many complained of feeling depressed, anxious and reluctant to get up for work in the mornings. They were also plagued by broken sleep and reported problems getting along with fellow employees. The results, published in the American Journal of Industrial Medicine, concluded that bosses should limit the time their staff spend on computers. This result suggests the prevention of mental disorders and sleep disorders requires the restriction of computer use to less than 5 hours a day. Once they cross that threshold, the dangers of psychological disorders setting in appeared to increase dramatically. British experts said working alone at a computer for hours on end could lead to a sense of isolation, even in a busy office. Spending large amounts of time indoors under artificial light and staring at computer screens has helped produce a myopia epidemic, with as many as 90% of people in some parts of the world needing glasses. Modern technology is affecting our sleep. The artificial light from TV and computer screens affects melatonin production and throws off circadian rhythms, preventing deep, restorative sleep. New research out of the University of Gothenburg, Sweden, reinforces this fact, specifically relating to young adults. Some of the more specific findings are: heavy cell phone use showed an increase in sleep disorders in men, and an increase in depressive symptoms in both men and women. Those constantly accessible via cell phones were the most likely to report mental health issues. Men who used computers intensively were more likely to develop sleeping problems. Regular, late-night computer use was associated with sleep disorders, stress and depressive symptoms in both men and women. Frequently using a computer without breaks further increases the risk of stress, sleeping problems and depressive symptoms in women. A combination of both heavy computer use and heavy mobile use makes the associations even stronger.
Get the latest future-oriented news, and subscribe. Join the conspiracy theories forecaster community.